welcome back to the X Lounge. Here's an update on the 2257 Chevy. I've done a lot of, well, not a lot, but I've done some work off camera due to the fact that there's a whole lot of boring sanding and then primering. I think this is probably the 5th coat of primer on it, which I don't like to get too high up in the primer levels because it starts to cover up details. However, there's not a ton of details that that are tiny that I'm really too super concerned about losing. So we've gotten to the point where I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to being ready for a color coat. There are still a lot of small areas, but probably one more sanding and primer coat is going to do it. There's a little bit of screwiness going on here that I need to straighten up. This one on this side I think looks okay. Yeah, this one's got a hair bit of, it's got a little bit of a dimple right there that I need to get rid of. That's wet, that must be spit. So like I said, there's just some tiny little divots there that need taken care of. Okay, so for filling in this here seam panel line, I'm actually going to make it bigger and then slide in some 10,000 stock, and once the glue on that is set up, then I'll go through and cut that back. The reason I'm going to do that is it took forever to get these doors filled. You put putty in them and then you sand them out, and the putty is softer than the plastic, and it ends up cutting deeper into the putty than it does the plastic, so you still end up with a line there, and then you got to go back through and re-putty it, and it just keeps perpetuating itself, if that's proper English, perpetuating itself. So I've got this Sex dental tool made by American Eagle Instruments. This is a Gracie Deep Pocket 11 by 12 XP. I have no idea what that means. It's some dentistry wizardry. I picked it up at the local surplus store, and it doesn't cut a V-shaped channel, it cuts a U-shaped channel. So I can either stick some wee thin rod in here, which I could do, and it would make that turn, or I could stick the 10,000 stock in there. I think I'm going to stick the rod in there because it'll make that turn once I soften it up. And I'll make this plenty deep. Scribing is not my forte. I just can't get the hang of it. I've tried quite a bit. I've watched videos. And I can't do it without slipping out every now and again. Maybe that happens to everybody, but especially around corners is tough. It's basically sawing with a one-tooth saw. You got one blade, or one tooth that you're digging with. Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, I'm going to get a hold of the thinnest rod that I've got. and see how it fits down in there. There's 40. There's 30. Quarter round. 35. 35 again. And there's 20. Let's see how 20 looks. Ooh, what's this? That's 25. Okay, let's see how 20 fits in there. It fits okay, but it could fit better. And since that's the smallest I got, I'm going to jump to this other tool that's a bit fatter. Even though same numbers, AEG 1112 DP XPX. So these are the same, but this one looks a little bit bigger to me. So I'm going to cut that channel just a hair bit wider. See how that drops down in there. Yeah, that's better. About that far, then about that far, and about that far. What that black hunk was. I'm going to put a piece of tape over that. Hopefully that holds it down nice and tight. And we'll fill in on the other side. Okay, well, that's it for now. That's got to sit and cure itself up. Meanwhile, I will continue to contemplate if I really want lines, scribed lines there or not. I probably do, which means I'm going to have to measure that all out. And most likely what I'll have to do is make a template so that I can flip it over, put it on the other side, make sure that I get both sides to be the same. That'll be the difficult part, I feel. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you would like. Hit that notification bell next to the subscription button and be notified whenever our next video comes out. Party!